Hi, everybody. Welcome to the second segment, episode 273, Sold with Updike, Pugh. And today, what are we going to talk about, Weston?
The impact of community and neighborhood on home values.
I gave you a lot of words to say. Sorry about
I needed
that.
a lot of wind up for that.
So really what we wanted to talk about is we've picked 4 neighborhoods that are in the Dallas area, and we're going to talk about the factors that have affected these neighborhoods and helped push their values higher and higher.
Because valuation of a home is not just based upon the size of the lot, the number of bathrooms, or the condition of the kitchen.
I agree.
And these are some of the bigger influencers that cause values to go up if they're done properly.
Yes, and these are some of the factors that also help people buy into neighborhoods that are going to be on the up and coming side of it. You know, if you're not dependent upon schools, you know, maybe you see a trend that they're, you know, those schools through their testing numbers getting better and better, you know, might be an opportunity in a great neighbor in an up and coming neighborhood, which people ask for that all the time.
I know. I always
light, bright, up and coming neighborhood. I mean, it's something that everybody wants.
So one of the first neighborhoods we're going to talk about is Northwest Dallas, and Northwest Dallas is north of Love Field, and then stops right around, I would say 635,
Yeah.
but you can, and then it runs on the west side 35, and on the east side, let's just say the toll road.
Midway
The toll road. So that's a really great area. One of the great things about this area are the schools. So there's a couple of schools that are really coming up as far as elementaries go. That would be for public. That would be DeGoyer and Withers.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a couple of magnet schools that have just opened on Walnut Hill that are really great. We talked about these earlier this week, talking about it will be interesting to see what they're like when they bloom. And then you've also have private schools. If you are looking for private schools, this is one of the areas of Dallas that is known for the number of private schools they have.
I totally agree. Crime rates in Northwest Dallas really vary. You know, when people ask us about is this a safe neighborhood or not, we always direct them to looking at crime statistics on the Dallas Police Department website, because what you consider safe may not be what I consider safe. Mm-hmm. And so using, you know, terms like that, we're just being very generic in, like, the crime statistics in Northwest Dallas are probably not as good as the Park Cities, which is another area that we're going to talk about. But there are neighborhoods within that Northwest Dallas area that the crime statistics are great.
Yes. Now, one of the other things that we want to talk about are amenities that are in this area. So this area has really begun to develop the biking trails and hiking trails that are in the area. North Haven Trail, I believe early in the show we talked about the Southern something Love Field Bankhead.
Oh yeah, the Love Field improvement program that they're doing, where they've got the hike and bike trails that they're running pretty much all the way up Lemon Avenue from Bachman, or down from Bachman Park, and I think they're going to continue all the way down to where Midway comes into Lemon Avenue.
So there is a lot of that's coming in. Some of the other amenities that we have in this area, we have Bachman Lake, which is home to the Dallas Rowing Club, and I guess I could say one of the other amenities that's in this area that no other neighborhood has is we have Love Field Airport, which really can make both vacation and work that much easier.
And the North Haven Trail stretches across really all of Northwest Dallas. And that, you know, when that was first begun talking about, it was probably 20 plus years ago, because I remember I had some friends that were beginning to talk about it, and I was kind of like, wow, that sounds very ambitious. And now look at what we have.
Here it is.
Here it is.
So one of the other things that we talk about are future development and plans. So in this area, I want to talk a little bit, I'm going to kind of just look at it from housing perspective. Jeff can talk about others, but from a housing perspective, some of the lots over in this portion of Dallas are larger. And so 0.3 to 0.5 of an acre is kind of common. And because of that, we have a lot of ranch homes over here. What that also means is that we have a lot of diversity in what is being built and then also what stays. So there's a lot of opportunity. If you would like to flip a house, that's availability. If you want to build a brand new house, that is also available over here. And so it's really driving prices pretty quickly in this area of Dallas.
And the two of the kind of the commercial development, redevelopment things that we're seeing is, the shopping center at the corner of Walnut Hill and Marsh that was taken out by the tornado is in the process of being rebuilt. I told Weston today I just saw the signs for Jake's Hamburgers on the front of the building there. So it's getting close to opening. And then a little bit further west of there, we have Koreatown. And, that is really an area of town that is really blossoming.
Absolutely. So lots of good things in this area. If you want a little deeper discussion, that's either cocktails or beer, let us know. We'll be happy to discuss. Moving over to the other side of the 75, we're going to talk about Lake Highlands. Same area, but Lake Highlands.
Lake Highlands is a great neighborhood. Lake Highlands is served by the Richardson Independent School District, and it has a really great combination of elementary, middle school, and it all just goes into Lake Highlands High School.
It is one of the big draws for that area. Lake Highlands can go all the way from elementary to public high school, which is a really great way to take advantage of the taxes that you're being paid here in Texas. So this is a really great thing. One of the other things that we're going to switch and talk about are amenities. This is a really great area. If you are an outdoor enthusiast, again, the biking and hiking trails will continue all the way over there, but you all also have access to White Rock Lake. So sailing now becomes an opportunity. And then also in this area, there are a lot more golf courses. And I don't know why there's more golf courses on this side of town, but I feel like there's a few more golf courses that have that accessibility.
And crime in the Lake Highlands area is really one of the lower parts of the city. It has I think one of the things that you're going to see I think one of the more important factors that you're going to see is community involvement, community cohesiveness, and that is one of the things that I see Lake Highlands really has done well.
Absolutely. Some of the developments that we're seeing that are beginning to root in are going to be right along 75 and Walnut Hill. Trader Joe's was one of the anchors in one of that subdivisions. That shopping center has just announced that 4 of the restaurants will be replaced with brand new concept restaurants, which is really exciting. And then just across the highway, you've got Walk Star, and you also have Bella Green, and there's a couple of other restaurants. There's actually a new dumpling restaurant that's over there.
Hello, dumpling.
Hello, dumpling. So there is a lot, which is really great because that area has so many in it that kind of building up is really used and used well in that area.
So the third neighborhood that we wanted to talk about, the third neighborhood we're going to talk about is the Park Cities. And the Park Cities consists of University Park, Highland Park. Probably some of the most expensive real estate we have in our city is there. They do have a really, really great school district. It's Highland Park Independent School District, very well funded, as you can imagine. As part of that neighborhood, they have they have Highland Park Police Department, University Park Police Department. Both have really amazing response rates. The amenities there, you've really got a lot of great shopping. I mean, you've got great access to high-end shopping in Highland Park Village, and you're also just minutes away from North Park Mall, which again has really high-end shopping if you want.
So there's a lot of shopping. It is wonderful shopping. There's also Park Cities Club that's there in Highland Park Village, which is really well done. Kind of back to schools real quick. There are 5 wonderful elementary schools that have all been through the conversion or rebuild. Very good. The schools are extremely competitive in sports and also the academics. As far as other, I would say future developments, Jeff, I think I struggle with this because I feel like they're so land tight.
Yeah, they're really landlocked there, and so I don't know. There's a lot of, at least for right now, there's not a lot of opportunity for future development, just because of that, that reason.
I think if anything gets redeveloped, it's like just small stores. Like Dior took the place of where old Polo was in the Highland Park Village, but there's not. I mean, Citadel took the place of Blue Groceries, but that's still in Highland Park. So it's not like there's like up and coming development over there. So crime rate
minimal.
Very minimal. Lots of patrols happen in that neighborhood. Lots and lots of privately funded patrols are happening in that area.
So the last neighborhood that we wanted to talk about is Lakewood. Lakewood is really, I think in my mind, it's Central Expressway, north up to Northwest Highway, really over to the other side of White Rock, or really kind of splits White Rock Lake, and then comes down, almost all the way down to 30.
So there's lots of schools that are a big plus in this area. It is one of the huge draws. I want to say it kind of goes Highland Park, and then probably Lakewood, and then Lake Highland. And I know that I'm going to ruffle feathers. Apologies in advance if you have your kids in one. I mean, kudos. But anyway, this is how this kind of flows. Amenities in this area. So I think, again, White Rock Lake is a huge draw. If you go around, it's 9 miles around. There's a lot to do. There's a massive dog park that is in this area. There is just, I feel like, a more active lifestyle that happens in this portion of Dallas. It's just kind of like the migration kind of happens from uptown, and then you move into the M streets, and then you kind of decide, am I going to stay in Dallas, or am I going to head north, or am I going to go into Lakewood or Lake Highland? And I think that's kind of how the natural progression of home ownership happens in this area.
Absolutely, and they've got great shopping they've got a really great Whole Foods in Lakewood. They also have the Lakewood Shopping Center, which is a very historic shopping center. Times 10 is right there, which is a great place for people to go hang out.
Sonoma Time is a great rosé that's great, that's being served there. Crime rate, again, I think if I was saying crime rate over there, I would be like, crime is it opportunistic or not? I think that with so many of today's smart features, your Ring doorbell or your neighbor's Ring doorbell caught, and I think people understand that. Future developments in this area. Casa Linda went through an upgraded area. They did a great job bringing in Torchy's Taco, I believe. Actually, is that home to one of the last Chili's in Dallas?
You know what? It may be.
So that's how old it is. It's also the same people that did Highland Park Village also did this development as well.
The Casa Linda?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So very great place. Lots of fun stuff. And you know what? I take that back. I love the Good Friends is over here. And there's one other bar they're really good right there at PV and this whole area. Really good times over there. We'll get back to it. We'll put it in the comments.
Anyway, another great neighborhood. If you want more information about it, just reach out to us and let us know. Hopefully you found all of this helpful, just talking about Dallas neighborhoods. If there is one that you want us to do a little research on, tell you about, we're happy to do that. Just let us know.
And just remember, we want to be realtors for life.
When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.